صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين. عدنا والعود أحمد، وكنا نتكلم قبل الصلاة عن المشكلات الأسرية، ونأتي الآن إلى خطوات المعالجة لمشكلة المرأة الناشز. طيب، سؤال: هل الرجل يمكن أن يكون ناشز؟ نعم. سؤال للنساء. طيب، نريد من النساء جواب أول شيء، ثم عند الرجال. نعم أم لا؟ هل يمكن أن يطلق على الرجل يقال رجل ناشز؟ أولا، ما هو النشوز؟ النشوز هو العصيان. أيوة.
Okay, Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. So the Sheikh has asked, is it possible, and he's asking the sisters now, he's asking the ladies, is it possible for the man to be the one that's at fault and the one that's causing marital problems? Is that possible? Yeah.
100. Yes, 100. That's what she's saying.
Yes.
طيب، عندهم دليل.
And do you have a proof for this? Is there a proof that you have for this from the Quran or from the Sunnah?
From the Asia and on. Fir'aun and Asia. عليه السلام.
فرعون وآسيا. فرعون كان كافر. آسيا لا. No, the Sheikh said there's no proof. There's no proof.
أريد دليل يدل على أن الرجل يمكن أن يقال أن يكون ناشز.
He wants a proof. Okay.
Maybe the fact that she can ask for khula. The fact she can ask for khula. If she did, then it has to be based on a valid reason. So if it's a valid reason, that means he's it wrong, not her.
No, there's not a reason.
الله عز وجل يقول: وإن امرأة خافت من بعدها نشوزا أو إعراضا فلا جناح عليهما أن يصلحا بينهما صلحا والصلح خير. فهذا يدل أن الرجل يكون ناشز، كما أن المرأة كذلك تكون إيش؟ ناشز.
I have a question though. Isn't that used as a support for the Prophet and Sauda alayhi salam? So then in that case, the Prophet didn't do nushuz, right? But she.
لا، ليس هو لعموم الناس.
It's something that is something, sister. It is something not just for that story. It is something for all people.
Yeah, it's for all.
The reason is special, but it's for all people.
Yeah, I understand. Sorry, I understand that bit, but isn't like going back to the original story, the original Sabbath? In that case, the Prophet didn't do nushuz.
هي تقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ما فعل النشوز، لكن سودة خافت النشوز.
هي خافت.
She was just scared of it, but it wasn't something that actually happened. She was just afraid of it, because the verse is for those women who are afraid that their husbands can do nushuz, then there's no harm upon them if they want to reconcile and do sulh. There's no harm on them if they want to do this. But she was just scared. That's correct.
النشوز لا يطلق على خير خلق الله صاحب الخلق.
لا يطلق على النبي إنما أنا ما أقول لها لا يطلق.
أيوه. بس هي خافت.
أيوه، قول إنه هذا تفريع للأمة.
This verse was revealed on the ummah. It wasn't. It's not for the Prophet ﷺ, that the Prophet ﷺ can fall into this.
احترم مقام النبوة ولا يطلق عليه بالنشوز. طيب، هل يطلق على المرأة أنها ناشز؟ الدليل.
And can the woman here can the woman be at fault and be the cause of marital problems? And what's the proof for this? Does anyone know the proof for this?
الله عز وجل: واللاتي تخافون نشوزهن فعظوهن واهجروهن في المضاجع واضربوهن فإن أطعنكم فلا تبغوا عليهن السبيل. طيب، كيف عالج القرآن والسنة مشكلة المرأة الناشز؟ أولا، المرأة يجب أن تطيع الزوج، والزوج يجب أن يوفي الحقوق التي عليه.
So first of all, how do we, what does the Sharia, what does Islam say about dealing with marital problems and the disobedience of the wife, on the part of the wife? First of all, that the Islam says that a woman has to obey her husband, that the wife has to obey her husband, and that the man, the husband, needs to provide all her rights. He needs to give her all of her rights.
طيب، أول خطوة الوعظ. الوعظ أي أن الرجل يعظ المرأة، يكلم المرأة ويخوفها بالله عز وجل ويذكرها حقوقه الزوجية التي عليه. والمرأة إذا عصت الزوج بغير حق وبات زوجها غضبان تبيت تلعنها الملائكة، لكن لازم يكون إيش بغير حق.
So the first thing that the husband should do when he's having problems with his wife is that he should advise her and give her like nasiha, advise her, tell her to fear Allah, and to remind her that she should obey him and do what he says in obedience, as long as it doesn't disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he should remind her that if he goes to bed and he's angry with her, he sleeps and he's angry with her for something that she has done, which is not just in the disobedience of Allah, then the angels will curse her while she's asleep.
نعم. بعد الوعظ إذا ما امتثلت ما عادت يهجرها. إيش معنى الهجر عند الرجال عند النساء؟ إيش معنى الهجر؟
So the second thing, if that doesn't work and advising her doesn't work and being good to her and reminding her about her responsibilities and the rights of the husband, after speaking to her, then what he should do is he should boycott her. He should boycott. So what does that mean? What does it mean for the man to boycott? What does it mean for the woman to boycott?
ما معنى الهجر الرجال؟
And what does hajr mean? What does it mean?
كيف؟
يترك السرير.
يترك السرير وين يروح؟
And where does he go? When he leaves the bed, where does he go?
يترك السرير وين يروح؟
يهجرها في بيته.
يهجرها في بيتها كيف يعني؟
يعني حتى لا يعرف الأهل ولا الجيران ولا الأطفال تكون المسألة.
لا، إيش معنى يهجرها؟
What does it mean to boycott her? What does that actually mean? How does somebody boycott somebody? How does he actually boycott her?
لا يواجهها.
يعني ما في علاقة جنسية؟
ايوه.
طيب وبس؟ يعني ياكل ويشرب ويضحك معاها يلعب معاها كورة ويتمشى معاها.
يعني يزعل منها يعني خلاص يبين انه زعلان منها يعني.
ها؟ طيب لا يتكلم كيف يعني؟
يصوم هذا الكلام.
هو شيء اسمه هجر.
الهجر في المضاجع.
ايوه
في المضاجع يعني انه ما ينام معها.
So some of the brothers are
كيف
saying.
ينام معاها؟ طيب وين ينام؟
يعني ممكن ينام في سرير اخر مش في نفس السرير يعني.
طيب النساء
لا يجامعها يا شيخ.
لا يجامعها شيء ثاني ها؟
بنفس السرير يدير ايوه.
طيب النساء ايش معنى الهجر؟ شوف النساء.
So some people have said, what does it mean to boycott? Some of the brothers were saying, leave the bed completely. But the sheikh was saying, what does that mean to leave the bed? And then does it mean that I don't sleep with her, but at the same time I laugh with her and I sit with her and I talk with her and I sit down with her? Does it mean, some brothers said, no, you share the same bed, but you don't sleep with her, as in have sexual intercourse with her? And so the sheikh was saying, what does this mean? What does it actually mean to actually boycott her? What does it actually mean? So now he's going to answer. And the women, yeah, does the ladies have anything?
Yeah, you would give her her bath, his bath during sleeping.
Say that again, sister. Say that again.
He's giving his bath during sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
There you are. Okay.
بالنسبة لي الهجر.
Okay. According to the sheikh, this is what he's going to say. What hajr actually is boycotting. What does it actually mean? What do you actually do? He's going to say it now.
يكون على أنواع.
It has types, different types.
والمقصود إيلام المرأة أو إيلام نفسية المرأة حتى تعود. عرفتم؟ فمن النساء من مثلا يكون متعودة أنها تنام في حضن الرجل أو الرجل ينام في حضن المرأة كل يوم، متعودين إنه عند النوم يكونوا ملتصقين، أو ينام الرجل مثلا على يد المرأة أو العكس، هذا موجود وهو مباح وهو ممتاز. فإذا هجر الرجل المرأة في هذه الحالة فيكون في نفس السرير بحيث إنه ما ينام في حضنها، يبعد شوية. هذا نافع، هذا نوع.
So one type, for example, is that type of boycotting. It's, for example, if the husband and the wife, they sleep with each other, and for example, inside the bed, they hold each other or they hug each other, or one sleeps on the chest of the other, or one's in the arms of the other, and things like that. You know, there's a certain type of way that they're used to sleeping with each other, actually holding each other and sleeping with each other. Then what the husband should do is he should stop that. He should stop that. You know, as in that he doesn't hug her and he doesn't hold her. So he leaves off in the bed whatever is normal, whatever they usually do, as in cuddling and things like that. He leaves that off.
طيب إذا كان الرجل مثلا ينام مع المرأة لكن هو ينام مثلا على طرف السرير وهي على طرف السرير، وهذه عادة عند الزوجين، فإنه ينام على غير السرير، يعني أسفل السرير، أو ينام في غرفة أخرى لكن في البيت، ما يخرج من البيت. هذا.
So, for example, if what is normal, what is usual, is if that the husband and wife sleep on the same bed, but you know he sleeps on one side of the bed and she sleeps on the other. Like he doesn't, you know, they don't cuddle each other when they sleep or in the bed to each other. They just he sleeps on one side of the bed, you know, on the edge of the bed, and she sleeps on the other edge of the bed. What he should do is he should just go and sleep. Then his boycotting here should be that he just goes and sleeps on another bed, or that he sleeps in another room, right? So he doesn't sleep with her in the same bed. So what it is leaving off what is normal, leaving off what is normal in regards to what happens in the bed.
طيب بعد الهجر يكون الشيء الثالث الذي هو الضرب. طيب كيف الضرب هذا؟ يمكن نسمع.
So the third issue here, so if that doesn't work, then what he should do is he should strike, or he should tap. So the Sheikh is asking, what does it mean to strike, or what does it mean to tap, what does it, or hit? You know, what is meant by this?
كيف الضرب؟
How is this hitting? What is it?
دونه.
مسواك.
كيف؟ طيب. طيب عند النساء ممكن نسمع من النساء.
Maybe the sisters, do you know what this is? What this striking is? What this hitting is? What does it mean?
ضرب غير مبرح.
Okay, yes.
أيوة.
She
كما
just,
يقال يعني
أيوة.
ممكن بالمسواك على طرف الإيدين أو شيء ذلك.
تمام. طيب.
so the sister said that, you know, hitting that doesn't harm. For example, that with a small piece of swag or with your hands.
أنا سأشرح الضرب. عرفتم كيف؟ لأنه في مشاكل كثيرة. أنا سأتكلم وأنت تترجم على طول.
Yep. Okay, so now the chef is going to describe, you know, what the hitting is, and he's going to speak, and I'm going to be translating along with him. Okay.
المرأة كائن رقيق.
A female is, you know, obviously she's, you know, soft and she's very weak and she's frail. Yeah.
مليء بالمشاعر.
Again, like she's frail and she's, you know,
ينكسر بسرعة.
and like, you know, she can hurt and her bones can break very easily. She's frail, she's weak.
نعم. المرأة كائن ضعيف.
And she's also weak.
يحب أن يستقوي بالرجل. يعني يتقوى بالرجل.
Yeah, she finds her strength in a man. Like a female, where she finds her strength, she finds it in the man.
ويرتاح إذا يجد أو يجد زوج يعني فيه يعني رجولة وقوة.
And a female, she's relaxed and she's happy and she's satisfied when she finds in a man manhood. That like the man is a man, like he's you know, he's strong, you know, as in he's a man. He's not, you know, weak. She likes this.
الله عز وجل قسم أعطى المرأة أشياء تكون لها، وأعطى الرجل كذلك أشياء. فأعطى الرجل القوامة وأعطاه الزعامة أو الرئاسة على المرأة.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given men certain things, and He has given women certain things. And for the man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him manhood and authority over his wife. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him these positions and these type of things.
لذلك المرأة يجب على الرجل إذا تزوجها إنه يعفها بالجماع المعتدل، وإنه يصرف عليها وما يأخذ شيء من مالها، ويغطي لها كل احتياجات الحياة حتى تموت.
So it's upon the man, you know, it's compulsory on the man that when he marries his wife, that he should treat her good, and that he should look after her, and that he should cover, and he shouldn't take from her money at all. He shouldn't take from her money at all, and that he should cover all of her needs in her entire life. He should cover all of her needs until the day that she dies. That he should cover all of her needs until the day that she dies.
الحياة حتى تستقيم فيها حاكم ومحكوم.
And in life, until the day of judgment, there's always going to be a ruler and those that are ruled. It's always going to be there's always going to be divided like this. There's always going to be a ruler and then those that are ruled.
وفيها عقاب وفيها إيش؟ إحسان.
And in this ruling and being ruled, there's always going to be, you know, punishments and threats or something to keep people in their place. And there's also going to be rewards and things like that, you know, and the treating of goods.
الله عز وجل جعل رئيس الدولة أو أمير الدولة أو ملك الدولة جعله سلطة. هذه السلطة عنده قسمها على السلطة القضائية والسلطة العسكرية الشرطة وغيرها. هؤلاء كلهم يعني إذا خرج أحد عن النظام هم يؤدبونه. كذا ولا لا؟ نعم. وهذا يتفق عليه كل من في الأرض.
So if, for example, if you're talking about a country, for example, or a land, that land is going to have a king, or it's going to have a president or a ruler who's going to, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this ruler, has given him authority and rulership over the land. And he's going to have, underneath him, he's going to have, you know, a section for soldiers, and for the army, and for the police, and for ministries. And if somebody disobeys those laws, or disobeys the policies and the rules and the laws, then they're going to be punished. They're going to be dealt with.
سلطة هذه السلطة سلطة الدولة سلطة عامة.
And that's for dealing with a country or a land, and in general with anything.
هناك سلطة خاصة وهي سلطة بسيطة جدا، وهي سلطة رب الأسرة على من دونه من الأولاد ومن الزوجة. يعني يستطيع أباح الشرع أن يربي الزوجة ويربي الأولاد، لكن يعني بشيء معين ليس بكل شيء.
So here there's also a type of authority, a simple type of authority, but it is an authority where the Rabb al-Bayt, he has authority over those other than him, over his wife or over his children and the likes of that.
ولكي تستقيم الحياة لا بد أن يكون هناك معاقبة المذنب وشكر للمحسن.
And in a situation like this, there should be reward and punishment. A punishment for those who disobey, and a reward and goodness for those who obey and follow the rules.
الشريعة الإسلامية أعطت حق بسيط لرب الأسرة اللي هو الأب أن يربي الأولاد، وأن يكون عقاب بسيط. وكذلك أعطت لرب الأسرة الذي هو الزوج أن يربي الزوجة لكن بمقدار معين. نعم.
And so the same thing in Islam, Islam has given the rights of the father, who is the head of the house, to also, discipline his children, and has also given the rights for the father as well, the husband, to also discipline his wife.
فالضرب الذي جاء في القرآن هو ضرب إيلام نفسي وليس ضرب قوي بحيث يكون كاعتداء من الرجل على المرأة. الاعتداء ممنوع. لا هو أمر حقيقي بسيط. أنا أبين الآن. إيه أبين.
The Sheikh has said so Islam has given the right of the father or the husband to strike or to hit or to tap, but he's now going to describe what that actual tap is and what it means to actually do this. What this hit actually is now going to describe what it is. And first he said it's not something that causes harm or that hurts or cuts or causes wounds or causes pain. That's not what it is. It's not something that causes pain.
الضرب الذي يكون من الرجل للمرأة يكون بطرف الثوب مثل هكذا طرف الثوب لأنه إيلام نفسي أو يكون مثلا بمرسام عرفتم كيف؟ أو يكون بفرشاة الأسنان أو يكون بالمسواك. يعني الضرب هذا ليس ضربا باليد هكذا يكون، إنما يكون بشيء بسيط جدا هو فقط إيلام نفسي فقط.
It's what it's supposed to be. It's so as the Sheikh he pointed out, by getting for example the end of a shimar or an end of a piece of cloth and then hitting it over the hand or over the part of the body that he wants to hit, or using like a miswak or a toothbrush or a pencil, something like that, just to hit softly and gently like this. And what it's supposed to be is it's only supposed to be psychological. It's not actually meant to be something that dishes out pain or that harms the person. What it's supposed to be, it's meant to be something psychological to inform the woman that she's overstepping her marks and that she's disobeying her husband.
أما الاعتداء بالضرب القوي أو المبرح أو الذي يجعل مثلا في جسد المرأة مثلا ألوان أو مثلا يكسر أو شيء، هذا كله لا يجوز. كذلك لا يوجد الضرب على الوجه عرفتم كيف، ولا على أماكن أخرى مثلا على الصدر، إنما يكون الضرب على اليد أو يكون على القدم أو يكون على المكان الذي فيه لحم الذي هو الوسط وبصورة خفيفة جدا.
So what is not allowed, what is haram to do is again to cause any type of pain and to hit with strength or to strike with strength on, for example, the face or any of the parts of the body that have meat on it, that's got sort of like muscle and muscle tissue and things like that. So meaning like any type of the front of the body. And so what is meant by this is sort of like the back of the body, like the back and areas that are not going to feel that type of pain, that it's only going to be very soft. And the person, he can't strike with strength or with anger and this type of thing. It's only supposed to be, as the Sheikh says, something psychological.
طبعا المرأة التي تعصي الزوج لا يضربها مباشرة حتى يستنفذ الخطوتين السابقتين. أولا الوعظ إذا استمرت يهجرها، إذا استمرت يؤلمها إيلام نفسي بضرب خفيف.
And this can't be done unless the first two things were implemented first. So the first thing was to advise her and to talk to her and to speak to her. And then the second one had to also be done, the boycotting of the bed and what have you. After that, then he's allowed to use this discipline, but only after the first two have been initiated. It has to be done in that order. It can't be done in any other order.
نعم مؤكد يعني كثيرا بأن الضرب هو إنما هو إيلام نفسي وليس هو من أجل إيش؟ أن نترك في المرأة أثر، لأن المرأة كائن رقيق تتأثر بأي شيء يعني بسيط.
And so again, the Sheikh is pointing out that this type of hitting is only something that is meant to be psychological and just as a warning and psychological, not something that is going to hurt her and cause her harm and cause her pain. It's meant to be psychological, and the Sheikh is reminding that this is the woman is soft and she's weak and she's frail and obviously she can't handle things, some beatings and things like that. That the only thing this is meant to do is to be psychological.
جاء حديث عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم شكى بعض الأزواج للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قالوا يا رسول الله النساء عندنا في البيوت يعني يعصوننا ونشهدوا عنا، صار منهم عصيان كثير، فسمح النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لهم بالضرب. فذهب هؤلاء الناس وضربوا نساءهم وكأنهم يعني تجاوزوا قليلا، فجاء النساء يشتكون لزوجات النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، فماذا قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم؟
So there is a hadith of a story that happened in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when some of the Sahaba went to him and complained about the disobedience of their wives. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he advised them and he allowed them to perform the hitting that was that is mentioned here. And they went back home and they did this. And what is probably what happened is they went over their limits. They went too much. They probably went too much. So they came back. So the women came to the Prophet ﷺ and complained to him, and the Prophet ﷺ told them.
قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لقد أطاف بآل محمد يعني بأزواج النبي نساء يشتكين أزواجهن من الضرب ليسوا بخياركم يعني ليسوا هم أفضل الناس فيكم، أي أنهم نزلوا درجة بسبب أنهم يعني تعدوا على النساء زيادة، لأن الإيلام إنما هو إيلام نفسي ليس إيلام عضوي. نعم.
So the Prophet said that these people now, they're not from the best of people. Those people who are not from the best of people, because the best of people are those who are good to their families. And because of their going beyond their limits and going beyond what was allowed for them to do, the Prophet said that they've gone down in a level. They've gone down and they're not as good as the best of the people because of going beyond what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them and allowed them to do.
الله عز وجل لما جعل بين الرجل والمرأة هذا النكاح النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يعني أوصانا بالنساء كثير، حتى وهو يموت قال أوصيكم أحرج لكم، أوصى بالنساء وقال أحرج حق الضعيفين اليتيم والمرأة. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو يموت يوصينا على الإحسان إلى المرأة، مأمورين بالإحسان إلى المرأة، وليس من الإحسان الضرب. لذلك الضرب في الشريعة الإسلامية هو شيء بسيط جدا وإيلام نفسي، لأنه الحياة تتطلب هكذا. ابنك تتطلب أنك تعاقبه مثل ما أنك أنت تعاقب ابنك على الخطأ، تعاقب زوجتك لكن بصورة فيها احترام وتحفظ كرامة المرأة، لأنك أنت أيها الرجل الله عز وجل أو أيها الزوج أعطاك ولاية خاصة على من هم تحتك من الزوجة والأولاد.
Again, as the Sheikh mentioned, the Prophet ﷺ many times during his lifetime was always giving nasiha and advice to the companions about looking after women and treating women well. And even before the end of his life, he said, I advise you in regards to your women. I advise you in regards to your women, meaning look after them and be good to them. And he said, I advise you with goodness towards the two weak ones. One being the yatim, the orphan, and the other one being the wife. I advise you to be good to those two. And so this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given and has always advised through the Prophet to always be good to your family, always be good to them, and always show kindness to them, and not to go beyond the limits. But these type of disciplines are things that are there to make the world fair, to keep it just, to keep it, to have justice. The same way you can punish a child for disobeying you, the same way you can punish your wife for also disobeying you, but it can't go beyond the limits. It can't go beyond the limits that has been mentioned. Not causing harm, not hurting, not causing pain, things like that. You can't go beyond those limits.
نعم. بعد ذلك يكون التحكيم، ومعنى التحكيم أنه ترشح المرأة رجل من أهل بيتها، ويرشح الرجل اللي هو الزوج رجل من أهل بيته، يجتمعون فينظرون هل هذا الزوج والزوجة يمكن أن يتجاوزا مرحلة الخلاف ويستمرا وإلا لا.
So after the third hitting, if that doesn't work, we go on to the fourth thing, which is tahkim. This is when somebody, the husband and wife bring somebody from each family. They go get somebody from his family and somebody from her family, and they come in and they try to resolve the issue. They try to resolve the issue between them, to try to come up with a solution to their problems.
فإذا رأيا أنه يمكن أن يتجاوزا يحلوا المشكلة، وإذا رأيا أنه لا يمكن أن يتجاوزا يتفقا على أنهما يفرقان بينهما بالطلاق، ويكتب للقاضي. يبقى بعد ذلك خامسا حكم القاضي. القاضي هو الذي يعين الحكمين، ويلزمه أن يأخذ بالشيء الذي يكتبوه. إذا كتبوا أنهم يتطلقوا، إذا كتبوا أنهم يعيشوا مع بعض، بعد ذلك القاضي يحكم. فإذا كتبوا بالفراق يكون هناك الطلاق بإحسان.
So after that, it goes to for the fourth one, if they're able to live with each other and move on and to solve those problems, then that's good. If not, then after that it goes to a judge, and the judge then will decide what to do. Should they he'll give a ruling. Should they try to stay with each other and try to fix it, or will he try to advise for them to get a divorce, or what have you? And then if he's obviously advised to get a divorce, then it'll go to the sixth one, which is divorce in goodness.
I have a comment. First, سيدنا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم ما ضرب بيده أحدا قط إلا أن يضرب في سبيل الله. Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, he has never beaten anybody with his hand except striking for the sake of Allah. Sayyidina Anas radiallahu ta'ala an served Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam 10 years. He said he never beat me. He never even said verbally, why did you do this and why didn't you do that? Now, this is regarding the Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam akhlaq. He did never beat anybody. Regarding the tahkim, I am not so sure. I have heard that Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala an sent two people to reconcile between a husband and a wife. And when they came back, they said, no, we will not able to reconcile between them. He said, I will be with you because Allah Rabbul Izzah in the Holy Quran says, إِن يُرِيدَ إِصْلَاحًا يُوَفِّقِ اللَّهُ بَيْنَهُمَا. If the two people who are to reconcile between the husband and wife have the right intention to reconcile between them, Allah will grant them success in their errand. But because of that, he said, I will, he was allowed to beat them, but he didn't beat them. فهمتني؟ إن يريد إصلاحا يوفق الله بينهما. فقال سيدنا عمر رضي الله تعالى عنه لو كنتما تريدان إصلاحا لوفق الله بينهما. فقال همم بأن يضربهما لأنه ما كان عندهما الأمنية الصحيحة. طبعا مصدر هذا الأمر يعني لا أعرفه، أنت تعرفه أكثر مني.
طيب بعد ذلك
في سؤال هنا؟
Now it says the next these stages are they're supposed to be followed, because sometimes if a man and woman are having argument,
Yeah.
the man just may pronounce divorce. He's not going to go to the judge.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
فهذه خمسة لازم ناخذها يعني في الترتيب، او لانه بعد احيانا الرجل يقول انت طالقة وهو ما يتبع الخطوات هذه.
إيه. طبعا مسألة الطلاق انظروا كيف هو مسألة الطلاق. إذا صار خلاف بين الزوجين تكون هذه الأصل الأشياء الخمسة. طيب الذي يطلق هكذا في شروط جعلتها الشريعة الإسلامية، أنك إذا يعني خاصمت مع المرأة وأردت أن تطلق تنظر إذا المرأة حامل وحملها مستبين يعني واضح، فإذا طلقت ما في مشكلة. أو إذا أنت في طهر، المرأة في طهر ليست عندها عذر لكنك أنت ما جامعت فيه وطلقت ما في مشكلة. إذا طلقت والمرأة في طهر قد جامعتها فيه تكون آثم. إذا طلقت المرأة في وقت الحيض تكون آثم. طيب لماذا هذا؟ هذا كله للتخفيف من آثار الطلاق. إذا المرأة حائض، في الغالب بعض الأحيان المرأة يعني تكون عندها بعض التصرفات طبيعية لكن الرجل قد يتضايق منها، لذلك لا يجوز الطلاق المرأة حائض. إذا طلقها يكون آثم. طيب متى يطلقها؟ إذا يبغى يطلقها يقول خلاص أنا أطلقها بس بعد ما تطهر. في الغالب أن إذا مشى يوم يومين وثلاثة وأربعة الرجل في الغالب يتراجع، وفي الغالب أنه إذا مشى حتى انتهى يعني العذر الشرعي أو الحيض للمرأة يشتاق الرجل للمرأة لفراش المرأة فما يطلقها، يروح يجامعها فيذهب ما في نفسه. أو إذا الرجل مثلا جاء وجامع المرأة ثم اختلف معها في طهر لا ما يجب تطلقها حتى تحيض ثم تطهر، يعني يجلس 10-15 يوم ينتظر. في الغالب أنه إذا جلس هذه المدة يشتاق للمرأة أصلا فيتراجع عن إيش؟ عن الطلاق. هذا الأصل. إيه؟ لذلك نحن لو أننا سرنا حسب قواعد الشريعة الإسلامية لكان الطلاق جدا ضيق، لكان الطلاق جدا إيش؟ جدا يعني قليل. أنا طولت.
أيوة نعم. يعني quickly what I would say to your question is that there are times when the man is allowed to divorce his wife and there are some times when the man is not allowed to divorce his wife. Okay. For example, the Sheikh has given some examples. Like for example, a man and a wife are in an argument with each other, and the man says, "You're divorced." For example, there are some times that he is allowed to say that, and sometimes that he's not allowed to say that. Like for example, if the woman is in her periods and she's going through her menstrual cycle, and he divorces his woman there, the man he's sinful for doing that. He has committed a sin. But I think what the Sheikh is saying is that the divorce still counts, but he is sinful. فوقع الطلاق لكن هو عارف صح؟
نعم في خلاف يقع ولا ما يقع؟
أيوة.
في خلاف هذا الحاكم. يعني الشيخ بن باز وغيره يقولوا ما يقع وغيره في غيره.
Okay. Yeah, so we are going to take this in the future. But quickly, just what the Sheikh is saying, there is differences of opinion if the person does do a divorce in this time, like he pronounces the divorce, he's committed a sin. Sheikh bin Baz, for example, says the divorce doesn't count, right? If she's in her periods or she's or something like that. Others say no, the divorce does count, but the person has committed a sin. What the person should do, he should, for example, if he's having arguments with his wife and for example, and she's in, for example, in the month of in the menstrual cycle, she's in her periods, what he should do is he should wait and wait until wait until she's finished, and then she becomes pure. Then he should divorce her. But in a case like this, what happens? He gets over his anger over 2 or 3 days, and then he'll forget about it, and he won't divorce her. But anyway, like Dr. Yusuf said, this will come up again in Unit 12. This will come up.
The Sheikh says first طهر.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then menstrual period and
That's right. Yeah. So there's a lot there. So anyway, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. Because if we're on
طيب الآثار السلبية الناتجة عن المشكلات الزوجية والأسرية نحاول أن نختصر سريعا. الآثار الاجتماعية القطيعة بين أحد الزوجين. نحاول نختصر بسرعة. القطيعة بين أحد الزوجين إذا صارت مشكلة ونظرة المجتمع غير الإيجابية للمطلق أو المطلقة وإثارة المشكلات في المؤسسات الحكومية والشرطة غير ضعف التوجيه الأسري للأطفال إذا في مشاكل قلة فرص الزواج بعد الطلاق في بعض البلدان المطلقة غير مرغوب فيها أبدا انتشار الحسد والبغضاء بين أفراد المجتمع والنظرة نظرة الأقارب
Okay, so here, what are some of the ill effects of having problems, within marriages, on the greater society and in society in general? What are some of the problems that it can have, that it can have on society and the population in general? So, for example, it can cause problems between the families of the two married people. Yeah, the two families start to get into it with each other. You're going to have like a lot of people that are not that are divorced and so forth. You're going to have a lot of problems within the government. People going into courts, or people getting the police involved, and people getting the judges involved, and what have you. And it's going to expose a lot of the problems that are happening inside the house. It's going to cause like a scandal, and people are going to talk, and it's going to get police, and it's going to cause chaos and type of things like that. So that's another thing that can happen. The problem is going to happen with children as well. The children are going to be affected by seeing this divorce or seeing their parents fighting with each other and having all these type of problems. There's going to be problems for the children psychologically as well. You're going to have, then in some countries, a woman that gets divorced or a man that gets divorced, they might not have a chance again to get married, because some people look down on divorced women. And they look down on divorced men. So then after that, it's hard for them to get married, and then that's going to create a whole set of problems on top of that.
So
Oh, that's you. Just
Yes.
go back just one time.
yes.
The last point. Okay, and there's going to be a lot of jealousy and a lot of hatred towards people and between each other and between different types of people. There's going to be this type of jealousy and hatred between families and the people that are involved in these type of problems. It's going to cause a lot of hatred between people and jealousy.
طيب من الآثار النفسية في المشاكل كثرة المشاكل تسبب قلق دائم وما ينتج عندك من توتر، تظهر آثاره في أخلاق الزوجين ويصير بعد ذلك قلة في إنتاجهم الوظيفي وقلة في الإنتاج في البيت، الشعور بالوحدة والحرمان، عدم الثقة، لأنه المشاكل تجعل الإنسان يصبح وحده، ما في كلام، ما في شيء. علوف المطلق أو المطلقة في بعض الحالات عن تكرار تجربة الزواج، وخاصة عند النساء خوفا من عودة المشاكل الزوجية، هذه كلها من الآثار النفسية.
So some of the psychological problems that could happen to some people, for example, that they're all because of divorce and because of problems within marriage. Some of the results of this could be that the person's always nervous, always sad, always worried because of what has happened in regards to the marriage, and affects their person. It affects their character it affects their character. And they don't have like a desire to work things out and to get married and to work things out in a marriage. They feel that that they lose, like have a feeling of loss of hope and depression and feeling that like they become depressed and they become have anxiety and what have you because of what has happened to them in the past. And then it causes problems as well for the divorce and the divorcees, the divorced people, because of the problems that can happen after that, you know, especially with women, because the female, she may never want to get married again because of the problems that she's experienced with the last marriage. She probably doesn't want to get married ever again. And then that causes a whole set of problems, you know, with a woman not wanting to get married and what have you.
من الآثار الاقتصادية ضعف إنتاج الزوجين نتيجة الآثار النفسية الناتجة عن المشكلات الزوجية وحاجة الزوج إلى مهر إذا طلق لزواجه الثاني، وهذه مشكلة كذلك ايش اقتصادية، وإعطاء الزوج بعض الهدايا عند الصلح في بعض المجتمعات قد تصل في بعض الأحيان إلى حوالي 8,000 دولار يعني في كل مرة. حاجة المطلقة لنفقات مالية لها وأولادها، يصبح الزوج عنده بيت وزوجة ثانية ومطلقته يصرف عليها ويسوي لها بيت ويعطيها حق أولادها.
So the other problems can
هذه
be
كلها أعباء اقتصادية.
Yeah. So the other problems that it can cause is economical problems. You know, for example, now you know having to look after a woman that's now divorced and that might have children, and so the man now he might have his own the divorced man might go and get married and have his own wife and new children, but now he's still going to have to be paying for the children of the last wife, and then the divorced wife, somebody's going to have to look after her now. It's going to be a position that she's going to be she has to be looked after. So these are the things that can have economical consequences on society.
نعم. من الآثار الدينية يعني بعض الأولاد ينحرفون ويدخلون في الإجرام حربا من مشكلات البيوت، وقد يقدم الإنسان على إيذاء نفسه أو يقع في الفواحش والقضايا غير الأخلاقية بسبب عدم وجود الإشباع الجنسي والعاطفي، وقد يعني الزوج أو الزوجة يكون يلحق الأذى الجسدي أو القتل أو غيره بالطرف الآخر.
So some of the problems that can have an effect on religion, for example, is that it will have a bad effect on the children. Have a bad effect on the children. For example, it could be so bad that the children will want to run away from home and to leave off all these problems. And when they run away from home, what are they going to get into? They're going to get into crime, and they're going to get into other things like that because of these type of things that are happening with them. And then on top of that, you're going to have the psychological problems, things like that. You're going to have people falling into haram, things like fawahish, you know, the children as well. Not just the children, but the wife or the husband, because there's a divorce, they may end up committing zina or getting involved with other sexes, and they're not doing marriage properly and things like that, and things like that. Yeah.
نعم. لعلنا نختم. طبعا أكد البعض الباحثين أن الرجل الذي عنده ضغوط داخل البيت وخصام عائلي، فإنه يكون سرعة إصابته بنوبات قلبية أكثر من غيره. لعلنا نختم خصائص وسمات التوافق الزوجي، يعني كيف إذا في هذه الصفات تعرف أن أنت وزوجتك في تراضي وليس هناك مشكلة أسرية. الرضا الزوجي هو إثراء الحياة الزوجية والنجاح الزواجي والسعادة يعني الزواجية. هذه من أهم خصائص التوافق الزوجي. إذا في توافق تكون هذه موجودة.
So how do we know that there's you know, we're going to look
كل
at
واحد يرضى عن الآخر، الحياة الزوجية تكون حياة غنية بالحب ويكون في نجاح دائما من الطرفين، في سعادة زوجية بينهم.
So to look at some of the signs of a successful marriage, the Sheikh here has put 4 of the signs that show a successful marriage between a husband and a wife. So the first one is that there is happiness, mutual happiness with each other, like they are pleased with each other. They are pleased with each other. Like that, the husband is pleased with his wife, and the wife is pleased with her husband. They're pleased and happy with each other. And this makes their marriage life, you know, they're happy in their marriage life. They're happy being married. They're happy because of this. And the third one is that they always find success from both angles, you know, from both sides of the marriage, you know. They always work out issues, or they always work out problems. They always find a solution from, you know, and they work together to find out, to make it work, and to make, you know, their marriage work with each other. And fourthly, they're happy. You know, they're happy. They're happily married. You know, they are happy and they are happy in their marriage.
طيب هل للفوائد الزوجية مشكلات؟ الجواب نعم، لها مشكلات انها تنمي مهارات، يعني تنمي معنا المهارة في حل المشكلة الزوجية. نعم. فوائد المشكلات الزوجية تنمي مهارات حل المشكلة الزوجية.
Okay, so some of the skills on dealing with the problems inside of a marriage. What are some of the skills that we can use or the techniques to deal with the problems that may occur in a marriage?
يكون هناك عندهم خبرة وتجربة، يعني تجعلهم تجعل المشكلة الزوجية تصبح مشكلة سهلة ووقاية مستقبلية.
So one of them can be just through experience and just from on trying things previously, you know, to try to deal with these problems, you know, like just normal experience and what have you.
كذلك تساهم في تحقيق الأهداف المشتركة التي يسعين لتحقيقها. كل واحد يسعى إنه يعيش بدون مشاكل زوجية، والزوج والزوجة وكل إنسان يعرف السلبيات والإيجابيات، فيحاول يأخذ السلبيات ويطرحها جانبا ويستفيد من الإيجابيات.
So, you know, for example, one should look in the positives and the negatives and look in towards the positives and find comfort in those positives and try to work on their negatives, but always keeping in perspective the positives and the negatives.
طيب في النهاية يؤدي إلى المصالحة وحسن الحوار بينهما. طيب لعلنا نقول لهم إن إيش؟ إننا نختصر. طيب آخر شيء مهارات حل المشكلات والحد منها. مناقشة المشكلة مع الطرف الآخر على انفراد، لا يكون أمام يعني ناس أو أمام أهلها أو أهله، محاولة الحفاظ على الحدود، يعني ضوابط الحوار قدر الإمكان قبل المناقشة، والتأكد من دقة المعلومات التي يستند إليها الطرفان في المناقشة، ما يقول أنا سمعت، لا يتأكد من أن هذا هو الصحيح. أيوة.
So some of the skills that you can use to you know when dealing with problems and not to go beyond those problems is, for example, that if there is a problem between the husband and wife, that it shouldn't go beyond the house. They shouldn't go and solve problems outside the house. That they should always try to solve the problems within each other. That they should always try to solve the problems with each other without bringing in outside people, like talking to the mother-in-law or the father-in-law or to the mother and the father about the problems inside of the house. That's number one. And number two is that they, when arguing with each other and debating with each other, not to go beyond the limits of conversation, you know, and swear and raise the voice and go beyond those type of limits and those type of things. And the first one, the same thing as well, you know, when we talk about those problems, that we should concentrate on those problems and not bring up other things. We should just concentrate on those type of problems that are there, that are causing trouble, and not bring up other things in the past or other things that may add to it.
كذلك التركيز على سلوك معين وليس على العموميات، ما يقول يعني شيء معين عشان نحله. تحديد الخطأ ومحاولة حله، إثارة النقاش بعد حدوث المشكلة المباشرة، ولا مثلا يجعلها 5 أيام 10 أيام بعدين يثيرها لأنها تكون قد انتهت.
So as well, that you know, when these problems are brought up, that they should just the problems should just be concentrated on. You know, for example, they should just you know, just talk about those problems that you had on with each other. You know, and not to go beyond that, and also not to delay talking about it. Allow it to go on for a long time, for 5 and 6 days, where you're going to hold it in your heart against that person and feel angry towards that person. No, it should be dealt with and should be dealt with straight away.
بعد ذلك وأخيرا ختم الجلسة بالتفاهم على النتيجة التي تم التوصل إليها وعدم تعليق الموضوع. يعني لا بد أن تنتهي إيش؟ تفهمون على نتيجة نهائية وإغلاق الموضوع، عدم المناقشة في أي جلسة أخرى. خلاص الموضوع هذا انتهى، اتفقنا عليه، تغلق هذا.
Yeah. So when those discussions are being made between the husband and wife for their problems, that's it. It should end there. That it shouldn't be brought up again in the future or brought up again in the past. That what is discussed between each other, It's something that should be discussed with each other then, and it shouldn't be regurgitated and brought up all the time in the future, and it should stop there, and it shouldn't, you know, things in the past be brought up again in the future and things like that. We don't, you know, that's something that shouldn't be done.
ختاما أيها الكرام أشكركم جميعا وأشكر إدارة الأكاديمية وأشكر وكالة الرئاسة العامة لشؤون المسجد النبوي وأشكر يعني الإخوة الذين حضروا وكذلك الأخوات الحاضرات. وإذا أردتم أي أسئلة أو استفسارات فأنا يعني أشرف بذلك وأسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يوفقنا وإياكم إلى كل خير. وكان هناك رقم الهاتف مكتوب لكن ما أدري في آخر شيء. من أراد هاتفي 05.
دقيقة يا دكتور.
Okay, just so the Sheikh just wanted to thank everyone for coming today. Both you know the brothers and the sisters for coming today, and he wants to thank the academy for allowing him to speak today and to put on and you know allow him to speak to you all. And the Sheikh said that you know he has a phone number, so if anyone wants to contact him with the phone number, they're more than welcome. So he will say the number there in Arabic, and I'll just repeat it.
05 04 345 245. الحقيبة هي أكبر من كذا لكن اختصرناها ونسأل الله عز وجل أن نكون قد وفقنا في هذا الطرح شيء نافع. صلى الله عليه وسلم.